we go. We got Lokester. The auto attack cancels off. I'll just let my King Arthur kill him so I can for sure live. Or he can or he can do that, that's fine. What's up, guys? You already know what season it is, man. And I want to put out this Thor video for my boy Static, but I left my Red Bull in the freezer, so I'll be right back. Talking about Thor, talking about love. That's not how it goes. Bite-sized joy. What a great name. I really like that beginning part. But anyways, guys, what's up, man? We got Thor here today. Let's just start off with some Thor passive, you know? It's just you get 7 power for every enemy you're around. Up to 3 stacks. You can get up to 21 power just from being in the middle of a fight. And guess how many people there are in Joust? There's 3. So, like, you can just be around the whole enemy team and just dunk and do 1,000,000 damage, right? Perfect, dude. So we got some good subjects with Zong and Horus to go a Tainted Steel. I do like the burst better from Axe. We try to go just straight up Tainted this game. We're going to go straight into Jotuns because we want to have some early game kill potential here. I like to go a couple different builds on these ability-based assassins. Like sometimes it's, you know, you go like Axe into Jotuns type build, or like an Axe into Blackthorn. Maybe just like a Bluestone into Jotuns. You could go like Warrior's Axe into Thebes into full damage. But I would think typically, I guess the 3 builds, I would go Axe Blackthorn into full damage, or Axe Thebes into full damage, or just go like Axe Jotuns into full damage. And you could throw Blackthorn in there later if you really wanted to, or buy like a Transcendence for the later game. Depends on what you want to do, right? Like all of Thor's abilities scale with power now, so just having power and pin is insane. Let's focus on clearing the wave. So we know Thor passive, right? 7 power for every enemy around him, up to a max of 3. So we get 21 power. Now Thor hammer, you know, you just throw the hammer in a straight line. It comes back to you. It only does 100% damage to minions. So you know it does 70 out and 70 back. Trying to pill for my boy real quick. Hi, Kurama. But anyways, red buff's up in 20, and I could have recalled, made it back to the red buff fight, but I would rather be recalling actually like teleporting back to the base around the 35-second to the 40-second mark would be ideal. So I can 100% get back there, and if I had my ult, it wouldn't be that big a deal because I could back a little late, get there. I'm looking for ult right now. Oh, I didn't have mana to throw that out. But yeah, if I'm late recalling from base past the 35-40-second mark, I could always try to just ult in as Thor, which is sick. You can't do that as most characters, you know, so. Having the global ult is OP on a map where it's like in your global range. Anywhere. Basically, so you're good to go. I really like just rushing Jotuns on Thor. Not only because the glyph is OP, but just having the 20% cooldown right off the bat for more ults, for more stuns, for more double taps. As long as you play safe, you know, you're not like full committing at a bad time to where you're just going to straight up get deleted. Just having the cooldown, the power, and the pin is nice. And then, like I said, the Jotun glyph sometimes giving you that little bit of sustain or like chase or get away potential when the passive procs. It's pretty OP, man. Gives you a lot of utility. So yeah, the thing about the hammer though, it does 100% to minions on the way out and back in, but the return damage against gods, as you can see, does 200% damage on the return. So that's why this is your ability to just like 100% delete somebody. Early game, you stun, you double tap. I don't think that's back there. Yeah, I want to teleport back to their speed buff or something maybe at least, but I realized Horus had it. Get a nice little double tap. So yeah, Thor, you're basically like, especially early game, you're just looking for a lot of trying to hit your stun into your double tap combo. If you don't know a Thor with the hammer, you can teleport to it whenever you want. On the way out or back in, you just press the button again. Try to kill this guy off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie though, when I ulted earlier, just because my thumb like fat fingered it on my mouse, accidentally like pressed it somehow a little too hard. So then I was like, do I go for speed? Realize Horus has speed. There's not really much up on the map. Purple was down. Just up downed. Since trans doesn't give cooldown anymore and red pod doesn't give cooldown anymore, it is pretty nice to have Blackthorn. Just to give you that little extra cooldown you need. You know, you can go like Jotun's Blackthorn Hydra's type build. Have flat pin, have percent pin, have max cooldown, have some HP to really survive in any of your dives. I try to get out of range for a stun there with my spin. But yeah, Thor, one thing about Thor's stun now is his wall actually does a little bit of damage. So a lot of the time it makes me want to avoid going something like Titan's Bane, because you can get the big percent like passive proc from Titan's Bane on the stun from your 2, which is rough. Obviously if you ult in, you know, and the first ability you hit is your ult, Titan's Bane passive's gonna go pretty hard. Personally, I don't like it that much. But yeah, as you level up the stun, the cooldown goes down and the stun duration goes up, which is nice. But I still don't think you ever would try to max it over your 3. So you're going to be trying to, you know, prioritize maxing your ults and then your 1 and then your 3. Your stun last. Thor's been out for a long time, you know, so a lot of people probably know this stuff, but we're still going to talk about it. I'm out of mana, so I possibly just die here. I kind of went a little bit too hard. Which is pretty nice for Thor, you know. You're dunking in, possibly to a couple people. Getting a big burst off. Getting the movement speed, getting the protections, and getting the power from your passive. From just like being in between, you know, 2 or 3 people. You get a big burst of procs, big burst of movement speed, big burst of power, and just really have good fight potential. So the last part, The spin here, this gives you a lot of outplay potential along with the dash. And the fact that there's a lot of characters that try to use knockups now. And Thor just not being able to be knocked back or knocked up while he's using his 3. Like, let's say, you know, Onher's probably the best hunter in Joust, and he has the knockback and the knockup. Yeah. I'm not playing the best.
Don't be stepping on my maple leaves.
There we go. I was trying to get a little poke off on anybody, see if we can get any kind of kill potential, but yeah, I definitely play, you know, I like auto attack assassins more than ability based assassins. I'm not like some kind of crazy expert on ability based assassins, but definitely don't play them very often. I have them all diamond, but I've been playing MOBAs for 20 years, and I don't really play, I'm not into ability characters really at all, ever, in any MOBA. I like being carries and auto attackers, warriors that get in and brawl the auto attack and stuff. It's just how I've been my whole MOBA career. I'm just not a fan of ability based characters, but that's alright. Just because I don't see myself as being extremely well experienced and diverse in the ability assassins, I still have plenty that I know about them. But yeah, your 3 does damage 3 times in front of you, 2 times behind you. So, you know, you want to be looking at people with the 3 if you can. And then the final hit of the 3 does an extra damage. Like a max level, the regular spins do 110, but then your final swing will be about 125 plus a little, like extra 20% on the scaling, basically. So Thor is cool because you can be a really good initiator in a fight. You can be really good at like counter ganking, showing up late to the fight, just cleaning up, which is kind of how you play a lot of assassins. You kind of want to position, you just want to be able to gank. You know, flanking from the side if you can, after people have already used their important abilities. And be able to just clean up fights, man. That's your main job, as most assassins. So this game, I'm just talking a lot, but I should have been in the jungle more often. Good for nice ways to stun them. And gank them here, like block off this Zong-Kui. I'm missing abilities, it's not good. No, I'm dead. Zong has a bunch of healing, Loki has healing, Horus has healing, and a bunch of HP, so I'm guessing my last 2 items will probably just be Beat Stick into Heartseeker. I want to be able to do the health-based damage into this Zong-Kui going Warlocks and this tanky Horus. It'll be most of my like late game type of kill potential and poke, all that. Should be a kill here if I don't whip it too bad. Too bad. We're doing a little bit of damage now. Having full cooldown just helps, bro. That way, if you miss any kind of stun or hammer, you got it back up somewhat soon to save you again. Pick up this speed. We have enough for a tier 2 beat stick here, so you might as well get the power spike. Tier 2 mace is 30 power, which for physicals, that's almost as much as an entire completed item. So tier 2 is pretty OP. I don't kill him here. I might be able to, but they have a lot of pills, so I could potentially die really easy, so I'm just not gonna do it. We'll just counterplay on that Loki on their engagement there. It's a nice easy pickup. Get the double stun, and we'll be able to hit the whole wave and both of them with the hammer toss, so it's perfect. It's a big value. How'd he not get stunned by that? Ugh. Like I said, I'm no Thor expert or anything, you know, but I've been playing with and against the character for 10 years, so I know a decent amount. Late game, you know, Thor's damage isn't necessarily as crazy as his early game damage. You know, an assassin, a carry, a mage, anybody that builds a bunch of power is still going to hit really hard late game, right? Still have a lot of burst potential, but I think Thor kind of turned into an early game like setup and burst god to more of a late game, just like kind of being able to peel and set up and counter certain plays after people go in. If we see a Horus ulted like that, or like, and then Horus ulted in, then Loki ulted Merlin, so we just wait for a CC immunity to end. Wait for a CC immunity to end, stun him, double tap him, auto attack cancel for the Hydra's proc, spin, auto attack again, and that's all she wrote. Easy kill. Their Loki's going completely full damage, not even a Blackthorn or a Warrior's Axe, nothing. So. That one right there, since we were close enough, we got the auto attack cancel off after the stun and the hammer. Then we got the 3 off, but he got away before we could get that last auto off and really kill him. But that's alright, I mean, that's without ult or anything. Just on a non-stop repeating cycle of trying to get a lead by securing the buffs, denying it from them. Thor's hammer spin, you know, is decent into Horus because he's got the knock up on his first ability. So if I can just use that when he goes to 1 move, I'm good to go. Then Thor's all, obviously, if you don't know, you go CC immune, you flap into the sky, you got big global range on where you can land. You land, you do burst damage, 360 at max rank. 1.5 second stun, which is nice, especially if the enemies don't already have DR on them, so the stun duration is getting reduced. And then it says for 6 seconds after you land, whenever you deal damage, you just spark off this little lightning arc. You can get a little extra damage off that way. Shoot, dang. Just kind of looking for a good opportunity to stun him and combo him there, but nothing there for me.
Aw, too bad, eh?
What?
Now that was abuse.
We barely finish off Loki here, but we're kind of struggling.
They're having
There we go.
a bad day.
Ah, can't quite catch him. Can't quite catch him. We do have full Heartseeker, but with their teammates dead, we kind of want to get this. Auto attack cancel here with the stun.
What a rim!
Should be a kill.
Deicide, eh?
Possibly still push these minions up. Use abilities for the auto attack cancels. Big Hydra procs, you know. I would start getting there. I mean, Arthur would get in there. So I could just get in and commit, but he didn't. That's okay. Stun the Loki off. Kind of trying to just stay to try to make sure Arthur can get out. Just turn that on him.
Oh, you eager beaver!
Real easy turn kill. Since I'm kind of fragging now in this late game, I got a bunch of power. Red buff I'll be super down for. We'll take that. Obtain a breastplate, more physical defense into the Loki and the Horus, and their protection shred. I would say we finish Aegis here because it's going to take a long time to level that up. And I would have liked to have bought a red pot, but couldn't quite snag her. We can get it now though before we push if we would like. I think I will. An extra 10 flat pin, a little extra power, bro. I think it's 40 power, right? No, it's not showing me. Yeah, 40 power, 70 for magicals. It's basically a whole item. You unlock the red pots at level 10, right? So sometimes you kind of buy them early as a gamble if you think you can abuse that power spike. And it's like getting a whole item, basically, for 500 gold. But if you keep buying red pots and you're dying a lot and you're not making plays, you're kind of just gambling and losing that gamble and putting yourself farther behind if it's not going too well. But sometimes that red pot really can just kind of save you from being behind and not having enough kill potential to really just get somebody. Kind of just waiting for Merlin here. Trying to get in their head. They have wards over there, so they're kind of looking at me. Just make them think about all the angles. And disappear. Ult. Look back here for these suckers.
Like cold cheese curds.
There we go, we got Lokester. The auto attack cancels off. And I'll just let my King Arthur kill him so I can for sure live. Or he can Or you can do that. That's fine. But yeah, bro. Basically, that's my Thor guide, man. That's my Thor guide in Joust. Like I said, you can go like a Jotun's Blackthorn build. You can go Jotun's into Trans. You could go, like I said, like a Warrior's Axe or Tainted, whatever I have, into a Thebes into full damage. You could just straight up go like Warrior's Axe, Jotun's Runeforge Hammer, because he's pretty nice after the stun or after the stun from the wall or the ult. You can kind of just run it down with the big burst. But Thor's a really good character. He's been out, I think, basically since the game was out, right? Make sure if you like these kind of videos, man, you want to keep learning, you want me to keep commentating these, you want me to play your favorite character, let me know down in the comments below. Smash that like button if you mess with me. And we're trying to hit that 500 subscriber goal, so if you want to be one of the OGs, man, you know what to do. All right, I'll see you on the next one.